All right, so our next speaker, we're super excited to have her on the stage with us. Jill grew up in an entrepreneurial family and often claims that business is built into her DNA. After rounding out her education with an MBA and taking leadership positions in human resources, education, and corporate training, she found herself in a position as president of a CPA firm where her role included advising over 300 small business owners. She is now partner in her own firm, Traction First, where she coaches leadership teams of fast-growing companies in achieving their vision. She lives in Texas with her 3 boys and loves hockey, live music, and moving companies forward. And like Jason said, we are actually working with her to help on our company personally. This is why we're bringing it here, because we believe in what she knows and what she's able to do. She sort of helps you do all those things that you should be doing with a company, especially a fast-growing company. So this is going to be very good. You're going to make sure you take a lot of notes. So I want to give a huge hand to Jill Young.
It's long.
Thank you. Thanks. Awesome. And clicker, yes? Oh, hey everybody, I am so excited to be here with you today. Matt called me a few months ago, and said, hey, you know that thing you did with us, the core values that we loved so much? I said, yeah, that's one of my favorite pieces of what I do. And he said, do you think you would come share that with a handful of our clients? And I said, well, Matt, I will do anything for you, right? Because I'm from Texas, and that's what we do. Woo, Texas! So, we started talking. I said, all right, Matt, so how many is a handful? I got to prepare some handouts. And he goes, 4,000 or so. And here you are. Oh, I'm so excited. So, I keep using the word amazing, and I have to say pun intended, right? Because we're here at amazing.com. So, I just want to go ahead and let you know a little bit about what I do. I work with high-performing leadership teams. And man, do we have one here today. A round of applause. Whew. They are so dynamic, and they all bring their own strengths to the team. And I want to let you in on just a little bit of a secret about the leadership team at amazing.com. So I'm going to get as quiet as I possibly can. They care about you. And I feel this when I work with them. And do you know what? It's rare. But this is why their company works. This is why 4,000 of you are here today, and why more of you are live streaming. Hello, wherever you are, welcome. Because they deeply care about you. And so I want you to understand that what I'm going to be working with you today on is more of the healthy side of your business. So you've been learning for the last couple of days and all through the 8-week courses and all of the amazing things that you've learned from Matt and Jason and all of their contributors. You've learned a lot of great formulas, and you've learned a lot of great strategies and systems. And so what I'm going to do, and I'm kind of glad that my session is here after lunch, because what we're going to do is we're going to relax just a little bit, and we're going to go to a heart place. So I'm going to work with you more on the healthy side of your business, whereas really what we've been working on for the last couple of days is the smart side of your business. So get ready to be a little introspective. So is everybody ready to be introspective? All right, good. That's what we're going to do. And just a side note, I do have some ADD, so here's my ADD coming out. I think that doing a values discovery session for 4,000 companies at one time, that might be a world record. So, I am used to working with leadership teams of about 3 to 8 people. So 4,000, is a little bit different from me, but we are going to do it because one of Matt's requests was, Jill, is there any way to get all of our ASMers, see, I'm even picking up your lingo, all of our ASMers to complete their own set of core values in this session. So instead of just teaching and talking about it, that's what we're going to do. So you have some handouts in front of you. The first handout that you should have on top is the one that says Discovering Your Core Values. Oh boy, is that fun to watch 4,000 people turn the page. So exciting. So before we get into it, I want to just let you know that you can take notes. We're in that little section where it says notes. And I want to make sure that you understand the context of where I'm coming from. So like I said, and like Matt said, I work with high-performing leadership teams, and I use a system that is described in the book Traction by Gino Wickman. Give me a clap if you've heard of that. All right, there's a handful of you. Hey, you guys have. All right, you better have. So there's a handful of you out there that have heard this, and it's on the bestseller list, you know, best books to read for business owners. So I really encourage you to pick it up. But in the book, it describes the entrepreneurial operating system. And so what I'm going to do is walk you through at a very high level, very fast, the 6 key components of a strong business. And this is where all of my tools come from these 6 key components. And the discovery is that when you can focus your efforts on these 6 key components, all of the other things that you're dealing with in business are just going to fall into place or melt away. So let's start there at the top, and you can take notes on this, but it's also on the website, so you can go right there for it as well. The first key component is vision. And vision means that everybody in the company, whether you are a one-person company or 10 or 50 or 1,000, everybody in the company needs to be on the same page, rowing together in the same direction. So that's the vision component. We're going to deal a little bit with the vision component today. Second key component is your people component. And I'm probably going to need to strangle somebody for putting me on the agenda right after Richard Branson, right? The nobody from Keller, Texas. But I'm also so excited about some of the things he said. He said, business is just a group of people. And I wanted to stand up and scream and shout and clap my hands because it is. It's all about people. And so in the entrepreneurial operating system, we focus on that people component, and I have a tool I'm going to teach you today where you can focus on your people component. Third key component is data. We learned a lot yesterday about data and how important it is, but it really cuts through all of the subjectivity and the egos, and it helps us to measure our company in an objective way. That's the third key component. Fourth key component is issues. To the degree that you can become a high-performance leadership team and learn how to solve your issues as they come up, your business is going to grow faster and more simply. Fifth key component is process, and we learned about that yesterday. We need systems to make our business grow faster. And the last key component, probably the weakest link, is just taking action, gaining traction. That means doing the important things first and keeping those circles connected so that we are living in a world of discipline and accountability. When the going gets tough, the tough, no. The tough get back to basics. We get back to basic discipline. We're not going to try something fluffy or new. We get back to basic discipline. And it's all of those awesome formulas and strategies that you're learning here. They're basic, right? But you have to be disciplined. So that is the key, those are the 6 key components of the entrepreneurial operating system. Now today, when we are dealing with core values, we're going to deal here. Oops, there we go. We're going to deal a little bit with the vision component. One of the tools I use is called the 8 questions, and the first question is, what are your core values? So we're going to deal there. And we're also going to focus on our people component. So that's the context of where all of my teaching is coming from today. We're going to take one little gear out of this system and really do a deep dive on it. So we've been learning a lot about smart stuff. Today we're really going to focus on that healthy side. Everybody ready to go? All right. As with all of my sessions, we always have objectives. So our objective today, number one, we are going to walk away from this session with your core values discovered. Are you ready? We're going to do it. And then I also want you to walk away today with understanding the basics of how you really use these core values. Because we are not going to slap them on a wall or on the back of a t-shirt. We're actually going to use these. Now, before I get into the meat of the brainstorming and teaching all about core values, I fully understand that some of you in this room, you fully intend on having your business be just you. So raise your hand if you're always going to only be you in your business. Raise your hand. Okay, maybe not so many. All right. Nice. Now raise your hand if you have already 5 or more employees in your company. Okay, a few more of you. Now raise your hand if by the end of the year and maybe even 2 years, you are going to have employees in your company. Wow. Wow. Do you know what you're doing for our economy? How exciting. This is just great. So I want you to really focus on your business that is going to be 6 to 12 months out. Okay, can we do that? Because the majority of you said you're going to have employees. Maybe you don't today, but you're going to. So we're going to think about 6 to 12 months out, and we're going to understand the basics of how we use our core values. So here we go. I'm going to teach you what core values are. So core values, sometimes the word is overused. There was a big push in the 90s. Everybody made core